Hello, everybody. Tracy, Mrs. JDog Flanagan with you here today. I'm the co-founder and senior vice president of JDog Brands. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Tactical Treasures podcast, sponsored by the JDog Foundation. Our podcast gives veterans, male spouses, active military members, and military family members a voice in the veteran space to speak about their service, how they're affecting their communities post-service, and they share with me a tactical treasure that has helped them in their journey in their military career, business, or life. Today, I am so excited to be speaking with Joseph Kimbrough, who is a Marine Corps veteran having served for 4 years. Post-military, Joseph wanted to be in business for himself, and he found real estate. In 2019, he got more involved and became a professional deal finder, which he pursued for 3 years. He used it as a launch pad into multifamily real estate after realizing the importance of equity to build generational wealth. Today, Joseph is the CEO and founder of Apex Real Estate Investments and is considered an investment visionary and has carved a niche in the world of real estate. With a foundation in discipline and strategy, he's committed to guiding investors towards prosperous horizons. At the intersection of passion and expertise, Joseph stands as a beacon for transformative investment solutions. Hello, Joseph. Welcome to the podcast. Thanks for joining me today. I'm really excited for our discussion, and thank you so much for your military service, sir.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
So, what inspired you to join the Marine Corps?
So that's actually a funny story.
Okay, I can't wait to hear it.
So literally, I went to college, a school here in Dallas Christian College, and so I was going there, and I was on the basketball team. Now, when I was on the basketball team, I was actually doing well. I was going to start that year and everything, but I was going to school for business management, and so I was like, why am I sent through all these English classes? I don't like this kind of stuff. What is this? So I want to get straight to business. Let's go like economics. Let's learn actual things that's going to be in business. I already know how to speak English. And so, needless to say, grades was not doing the best. And so when I was there, I decided, well, I don't know if college is the best thing because on top of the grades, I had a lot of stress as well between playing basketball, trying to get everything done in school. Plus, I had $80 a month to live off of that my mother had sent me. So I was like, yeah, I can't. This is not working out. And so I went to Wells Fargo, and that's where I met the recruiter for the Marine Corps. And he had on some like dress blues. And he's like, how would you like to be in the Marine Corps? He's like talking about the few and the proud. He's like, this is the toughest branch. And me, I'm like, toughest branch? I was like, man, I can conquer anything. I was like, show me. So I signed up, and that's how I got in.
Oh my gosh. And of course you had no idea what you were signing up for, right? Until afterwards.
Yep. Now when I hit those yellow footprints, I said, oh gosh, like, what did I sign up for? The minute I hit those yellow footprints, I wanted to get back on that bus.
Oh gosh. Oh wow. I love it. So is there a particular aspect or moment from your service that stood out to you in a positive way?
A particular aspect of my service. Okay, this is something I learned where it's bigger than just myself, and this was a very positive impact on me. Mm-hmm. So I had a Humvee license. I'm driving with the CO and also the gunnery sergeant for the comm unit. And so I'm the driver, and it's at night. I hadn't slept in like a day.
Okay.
You know where this is going.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I fall asleep at the wheel.
Oh no.
And all of a sudden I hear, Kimbrough! And I woke back up and aligned everything back. So, but we was literally swerving off the path.
Oh my gosh.
And when you got that kind of people in the vehicle with you, you're driving them, and you about to swerve off the path where you could potentially kill everybody in that vehicle.
Yeah.
What it taught me was a valuable lesson of you have to pay attention to your surroundings, number one, and you have to prepare. So if I had spoken up and said, hey, I do need to get some sleep, I would have never been in that position. After the
Right.
fact, they say, okay, if you're a Humvee driver, you get 8 hours of sleep.
Right.
But I didn't speak up for myself before. And I was like, oh, I can do it. I can do it. Being overconfident and almost caused a very bad thing to happen. It taught me that, hey, I should be more communicative.
Sure.
It doesn't matter if someone is a higher up, be very communicative of what's going on, because they would appreciate having their life versus pride saying, no, do what I say.
Yeah, right.
So,
They probably would have appreciated just you having some good sleep. Right.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
So that was a very
Good.
defining moment for me.
Yeah, good lesson. Let's talk about Apex Real Estate Investments. How did you even, so you get out of the military, how did you get involved in, real estate or, wanting to go about, going into business and the real estate world?
So initially outside of the military, I got into personal training.
Okay.
And as I was doing personal training, I was learning real estate and also taxes.
Okay.
So it gave me a different perspective. Then I chose real estate. So I started off learning about wraps, seller financing, but then I moved into what's called wholesaling. So 2018, I learned about it, worked for a company, and then went into my own company early 2019. And then May of that year, I got my first deal by myself. So I got to pocket the full 10,000 on my first deal by myself.
Okay. Oh,
And I
wow.
remember being, thank you. And I remember being down to my last $3.68. So when that 10K came in, it was like $10,000, $3.68.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. So,
Yeah.
so when you say you got your first deal yourself, do you mean you acquired a property to renovate and then sell?
Yes. So I acquired a property. I did not renovate it. What I did was I acquired that property and took the contract and sold that property to an individual who was going to flip the house. So he
Okay.
ended up flipping the house and making 30K off of it. I made 10.
Okay, I think I get this now. So you're the one
Mm-hmm.
who ferrets out, finds the property, and then matches it with somebody who's going to take it and
Mm-hmm.
do whatever they need to
They're
do with
either going
it,
to flip it or
flip
they're going to
it.
buy it and then hold it for a rental.
Okay. And then you make a piece of that profit. That's how that works.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. That's great. Okay. Now you're the founder and CEO of Apex Real Estate Investments, and that has to do with multifamily units. So, and I understand. I went to the website and I was kind of reading about it, and I understand that it's all about investors coming in and then they get return on their investment, that sort of
Mm-hmm.
thing. How does all that work?
Yes. So now how I got into that is after 3 years of wholesaling, I woke up one day and was like, I don't have any equity.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I'm out here breaking in cash, but I don't own anything myself. I was like, so do I want to be out here trying to bring in cash at 80 years old wholesaling? No. So I said,
Right.
okay, let me
Okay.
start learning. Let me start learning about equity. And so I met these guys at a conference and they're in private equity.
Okay.
They just so happen to invest in real estate, which is the same
Mm,
thing I do now. I'm in private
okay.
equity. I just so happen to choose to invest in multifamily real estate.
Okay.
So when I met them, we ended up setting up the fund. I own it 100% myself. So what Apex does is we raise money from individual high net worth investors, and then we utilize that money to purchase apartment buildings in throughout Texas and also other landlord friendly states such as the Carolinas, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, and
Okay.
currently we even have a property in Phoenix, Arizona, which is our biggest property, 432 units.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so and I noticed that the website says that you're looking for accredited investors. So
Yes.
what is an accredited investor?
So that is someone with a net worth of $1 million, or
Wow.
if they're single, unmarried, they make $200,000 a year. So it's or, not and, or. It's or. So they
Or,
make
okay.
$200,000 a year as a single individual, or if they're married, they make $300,000 a year as a household. So that's what would make someone accredited.
Okay. Got it. Okay. And how does the whole process work? Like, I understand that there's a form on the Apex website that people fill out and they get the summary and everything. So how does the process work? How does an investor say, oh, I think I'm accredited, interested in learning more about this? How does the whole process work?
Yes, so if this is something you want to know more about, then you can either schedule a call through the website, or you can, when you go in and you sign up for like the 10 benefits of investing in multifamily, that PDF,
Mhm.
then you will be on my email list, which sends out a weekly email showing you what it's like to invest in this asset class. But also, the way the process works too, from an investment standpoint, is when we have a discussion and I say, okay, you sound like a person that's a good fit to invest with me in this fund, then what you do is you wire the money over into the fund account, and then that money is wired over into whatever property that I'm investing in at that point, or whatever property I'm moving into investing in. And then when we're investing into those properties, you get quarterly distributions. Now,
Okay.
distributions are not always guaranteed. So just because you're not getting distributions from these properties doesn't mean they're not performing well. Then you might look up 5, 6 years, you invest 100K, now that's 200K. Let's say you decide to leave that in. Now that's 400K in another 5 to 6 years. So you're just really utilizing compound interest to build wealth over time.
Okay. Wow, that's really interesting. So it gives somebody another option as opposed to going in the stock market or,
Oh, definitely.
something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. Because,
Wow.
like stock market is cool. And I definitely recommend, people be diversified into
Right.
all asset
Yeah.
classes. But private equity has a track record of outperforming the stock market.
Okay.
Hello, viewers and listeners. Are you a military veteran or military family member and looking to own your own business? If so, go to JDog.com and check out our two veteran-focused franchises, JDog Junk Removal and Hauling and JDog Carpet Cleaning and Floor Care. Our franchisees nationwide are always looking to hire fellow veterans and patriots. JDog is the world's largest military franchise system with hundreds of locations nationwide. We are nearly 90% veteran owned with the goal of reducing the veteran unemployment rate to under 1%. Check us out. Go to jdog.com to learn more. Now, back to the podcast.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting. Okay, so I have to ask, what is your tactical treasure? Is there something that has helped you in your journey along the way? A piece of advice, a
Yes.
mentor relationship that has helped you in this incredible journey of real estate and private equity?
Yes. For me, I would say reading. Reading,
Reading.
reading. That's my biggest thing because, as you know, I did not finish college. So you have to get educated somehow. So I read books, I take courses. And so I'm always learning something, whether it's through YouTube, anything. A lot of my principles I get from the Bible also. That's a whole another thing.
Okay.
Like Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, it's a wealth of knowledge in just those two books.
Oh, it is. It
Yep.
is. I'm actually doing a study on the book of Proverbs right now.
Yep.
It's the wisdom and knowledge for how to live and make
As a
decisions for your life.
as a matter of fact, people always quote the scripture of the root of all evil is money. But they never
Uh,
quote the scripture where Solomon is saying, money answereth all things, meaning money answers all money things, such as in private equity. If you need to, matter of fact, you need money to acquire these apartment buildings so that housing can be provided to the people who live in those buildings. If no one owns the building and it's government owned, I can promise you if it's government owned, they're not going to want to stay in that building.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I
So,
hear you.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, I like that reading. Yeah. I mean, knowledge is power, I think, in all things. Yeah. That's great. Being a veteran, you obviously have transitioned very well into the quote civilian world and civilian world of business, right?
Yep.
So, would you have any advice for, fellow veterans? A lot of them come out and they struggle with transitioning into the civilian world. Would you have any advice if they were interested in getting into the civilian world of business, how they would kind of make that transition?
Yes. So I highly recommend when you're making the transition to business to go to networking events. Here's why. It builds your social skills amongst civilians. You learn quickly what not to talk about. You learn quickly what to talk about.
Yeah.
And so by doing that and you're building those social skills because you're around them so much, you never know who you'll meet.
True.
And you'll meet other veterans out there who just get you quickly. But then
Right.
also you meet people and you learn how everyone talk, you learn how everybody move. If you're observant, very observant, then you'll learn the skills pretty quickly.
Yeah. That's great advice. Yeah, I love that. Networking events. Yeah. You never know who you don't know. I always like to say that, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
I was at an event just last week, Saturday evening, and the vice president of marketing at Rap Snacks was there.
okay.
That's those chips that have like Master P on them and stuff. So I ended up meeting them. Met a guy who made a rap song years ago. I'm not gonna. It went viral. I'm not gonna say the name of it.
Okay.
But
Don't.
yeah. So I met him and met people who are like big YouTubers and stuff, clothing brands. So like I said, you never know who you meet. I've met
Right.
professional athletes out and they shake my hand. They're like, "Man, you bigger than us, bro." Like you. So yeah, you never know who you'll meet.
Oh, that's really great. That's great advice. I love it. This has been a very insightful conversation. Thank you for sharing everything that you shared. Thank you for your words of wisdom. They were awesome. Um, so I have to ask before we end our time here, where can people find and connect with you? Where can they find out more information on your company? And do you do any speaking events on that have to do with private equity investing in real estate?
Yes, so to find me, you can find me on Instagram at Joseph Kimbrough, which is just my name, JosepKimbrough. And it's the same exact thing on LinkedIn as well.
Okay.
And as far as speaking events, that is something that I plan on doing more of this year as well, speaking events. I've been doing podcasts. I've done a TEDx talk. I do plan on doing more speaking events though.
Okay. Great. Great. And can they just go to the website if they want to get more information on Apex Real Estate Investments and how to
Yes.
go about being an accredited investor if they're interested?
Yes. They can do that. And the website is www.investinapartmentsnow.com.
Okay, great. And I think that has a lot of links that will take you to
The Knowledge Center where they can learn there. I have
right.
a wealth
Uh-huh.
of information in the Knowledge Center. A lot of the stuff that I did with Forbes Business Council, so the Forbes articles I have, I transitioned them over into on my website. Same thing with the LinkedIn articles, transition them over into the website. And something that I'm doing, just to add on here, I forgot to tell
Oh,
you this
sure.
part.
Please do. Yeah.
Something I'm doing also here in about 6 to 9 months, this will be ready, is opening up a new fund where people can invest as little as $2,000. Now, that's a way to have more people come in and have access to the same investments as accredited investors. Because a lot
Oh,
of
wow.
times,
Okay.
thank you, a lot of times non-accredited investors do not get access to these type of investments. So this is me providing a way and opening up a door where this same access can happen for other people as well.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, that's a great idea. Well, I can't wait to see how that rolls out. That'll be really great. Um, so you just mentioned, and I forgot to bring it up. So the Forbes Business Council, you're a part of, a member of, and
Yes.
how did that come about?
So right after my TEDx talk, I ended up seeing Forbes Business Council, and I was like, I can write articles. I do that right now for LinkedIn. And so I applied. I didn't know that I would get accepted, but I applied. And
Okay.
then they messaged me that literally within 24 hours and said, it is a no-brainer to have you a part of our Forbes Business Council. And
Oh,
then they sent
wow.
me the welcome letter and everything. And I started writing articles for them.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Yeah. So that's connected then with the knowledge center that you have on the website.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's great. Well, congratulations. Great work. And thank you so much for coming on, Joseph. And I wish you the best of luck with rolling out the next phase of
Mhm.
private equity investment. So
Thank
thank you
you.
so much. Hello, viewers and listeners. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Tactical Treasures Podcast. We've just finished up a very enlightening conversation with Joseph Kimbrough, a Marine Corps veteran, having served for 4 years, who now is the founder and CEO of Apex Real Estate Investments, which transforms distressed multifamily properties into profitable assets, providing steady monthly cash flow, competitive returns, and a robust capital growth, all within a strategic 5 to 7 year investment horizon. Accredited investors enjoy financial peace, stability, and growth through quarterly distributions, equity appreciation, and unparalleled tax benefits. To learn more about the opportunity, to access the Knowledge Center, and to link to Apex Real Estate Investments website, go to investinapartmentsnow.com. Again, thanks for joining us, and don't forget to find Tactical Treasures Podcast on all your streaming podcast platforms, as well as Vet TV, American Grit, and our dedicated YouTube channel. We are now airing on Reach Across America Radio on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, and if you missed that, please join us for the encore on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. You can also find Reach Across America Radio on the iHeartRadio app, the Odyssey app, and the TuneIn app. We are also proud to share that our JDog Foundation is a Reach Across America sponsorship group. For each $17 Veterans Reach that you sponsor, $5 goes directly back to the JDog Foundation, whose mission is to prevent veteran suicide and heal veterans' mental health and PTSD. You can donate right now at reachacrossamerica.org/JDog. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again on another podcast real soon. Bye-bye now.